Hello and welcome to the 9th Oxford-Cambridge ESPORTS VARSITY. An old rivalry taken to a new stage. So, for those who haven't been following the annual Oxbridge VARSITY, we're currently 4-4 between Oxford and Cambridge. And for the first time in 3 years, we're back in person. So thanks to the Red Bull Gaming Sphere for the first external varsity event. It's great to be back and really looking forward to some good games. Oxford's a favourite this year, having won last year, but there's all to play for. This event will be taking place over today and tomorrow. We've got 5 games, so it's best of 5, starting with Counter-Strike and Valorant today. And then beginning at 10:30 tomorrow, we've got Overwatch, League of Legends, and finally Rocket League. We're, of course, all playing for this trophy, which I had for 9 years. And also, in each game, we'll be awarding a jersey to the MVP, the most valuable player for each game. Throughout the day, we're also going to be having 1v1 tournaments on the computers around the side. And tickets are still available for tomorrow, so please check out all of our social media for tickets for tomorrow. If you can still make it, that'd be great. More the better. So, without further ado, we're starting with Counter-Strike, so if you just give us a few minutes and we'll have that ready for you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Oxbridge ESPORTS VARSITY Day 1. First up, we've got Counter-Strike. It's a personal favourite of mine. I'm here joining. You've just met this guy. This is Ark. I'm Dom, and we're going to be bringing you this Counter-Strike action. Ark, talk to me. I know you've not watched much Counter-Strike before, so that might be helpful for the beginner viewers. How are you looking forward to this game?
Yeah, this is definitely one of the most exciting ones. I think one of the longest continuous. I think this has been every single, all 9. I think Counter-Strike.
Yeah. It's a permanent game. Counter-Strike. It is one of those great games where just it's timeless. You know, everyone's always going to be playing Counter. So, what are your early predictions for this game? What can you sort of talk about?
I reckon this one will be close. I think overtime definitely.
Really?
I think it could do. Yeah.
Okay, even after the results of last year. I mean, last year it was quite competitive.
Cambridge picked this one.
Cambridge picked into the one that they lost on last year. Just two, and then Oxford Mirage, and then Vertigo. I mean, it's an interesting map pool because I know that they played in Newell early this year, and Oxford won on, I think it was Mirage and Vertigo. So the map pool, I think, favours Oxford quite strongly. I don't think Cambridge might disagree with me on that, but I mean, at the end of the day, when you play maps like Dust 2, Mirage and Vertigo, they're quite chaotic maps, especially Dust 2. It's very open. Anything can happen either way. So I think it's going to be an interesting sort of game either way. A little quick thank you. We'll give you a little shout out. I would say this isn't sponsored, but it is, sort of, not really. We're at Red Bull Gaming Sphere. They're helping us put on this event, so massive thank you to them. Why not?
So who's the player to look out for?
Players to look out for is a great story to talk about. So, in terms of Cambridge, we'll start there. I've watched most of these players play before. Aftermath played very well last varsity, if I remember correctly. He's a good player. Skeletman's sort of their IGL, their captain, so he's sort of a good man to keep an eye on. He can sort of indicate where the team's going to be headed and stuff. As for sort of stars, in terms of players that you're going to enjoy to watch, I'm really looking forward to watch Forlon play this series. I've watched some of his Counter-Strike before, but he is going to be, he's really skilled. He's really good at sort of picking positions that, you might check, but he's really fast. He's got great aim. So I'm really excited to see him playing again.
Just out-aim them.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of Oxford, I mean, they've got a really good squad. I mean, I've watched a lot of these guys play, and they're a really strong, solid, and stable team. Matt is really good. He's their IGL as well. I'm not sure if he's still IGL, but he's the captain of the team basically. He's really good. Last varsity, the man that stood out was PI90. He was man of the series. Him and Trigger Muffin. They're two players who, sometimes you watch them and you go, oh, right, they're not actually playing that well. But in those games, they were absolutely dominant. No one could stop them. It was brilliant. So yeah,
a volatile element.
Definitely. That's the thing with Oxford University as a team, though, that I found in watching them is that sometimes they can play and they can be on it. And I think if Oxford turn up today, then we'll win, based just off of how they've previously gotten against Cambridge. But if there's any problems that arise, the mentality side of the game is really interesting as well.
Yeah. So which side do you reckon is the stronger mental game?
Well, the thing is, I would probably say Cambridge because Oxford's a team where we've had a really good season, but if there's a day where a couple of the players aren't particularly feeling it, then you're going to automatically be struggling, right? So I think sort of the team to look out for Oxford, because if Oxford are on it, Oxford will win, but if they aren't, then they aren't, and that's it. So it's going to be an interesting game. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. We're just going to have a few minutes of delay before we get into the server, unfortunately, but that means you'll be still sticking with us for a few minutes. So
you get to
get our company a little bit longer. So tell me, what have you been to much varsities before? Because this is my first ever sort of proper varsity. I've only ever captained CS, so I've not watched much of the games.
Yeah, so I've played in the Overwatch varsities for the past 2 years.
And are you playing tomorrow?
I am playing tomorrow. I'm
exciting.
Captain of the Overwatch side, so tune in at 10:30 as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's a brilliant thing. We've got this place for the weekend, so I believe it's Counter-Strike now. Well, soon. We'll have a nice best of 3 in that. Then we'll move into Valorant. We've got tomorrow, I'm not sure about the order particularly, League of Legends.
Overwatch up first, then we've got League of Legends and finally Rocket League.
Brilliant.
To round out the day.
I mean, those are some really fun games. I mean, I don't know about you, but like, for like a casual viewer, Rocket League is so brilliant because it's just football and cars, and like everyone knows those 2 basic principles, and there's fun and cars explode and stuff like that. So you can't really go wrong on it.
Definitely be an exciting one to end on.
Absolutely. But in terms of the maps as well, I want to go back to that. Like for those who haven't really sort of watched Counter-Strike before, a little brief explanation as to why map pools are so important as well is that every map is different and every team likes playing on certain maps and the same with players. So depending on how much prep you do for a different map, that's what you like, and depending on how good you are at different maps, right? So the fact that we've got Dust 2, Mirage and Vertigo is interesting from an Oxford perspective, but even from a viewership perspective, Dust 2, I don't know if you've watched much CS before, but in terms of Dust 2, it's basically like a mirror, right? It's very symmetrical, it's very open. And once you get on a streak, it's very easy to stay on that streak as well. It's a very open map. It's very exciting to watch. Mirage too.
Mirage, I think, is going to be the highlight. I'm a big fan of Mirage.
Are you?
Yeah, that's always my favourite. So I'm really looking forward to Mirage.
Mirage is a really exciting map to play on. Absolutely. I think, you know, for the sort of casual viewer, we've got a good set of maps. But even like, I mean, I was in speaking to some of like the players, and, you know, they seem up for these maps. I was there watching the beta as it happened, and you know, it's quite intense, all the discussion and stuff like that. But I think that both teams are quite happy with how it's turned out. You know.
Yeah, and that's always the good place you want to be. You want to see them each on their best. So if you get to see both teams on their best maps, that's gonna make it really interesting.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's just really exciting, the storyline. I mean, having the opportunity to play here in person, and we've got some spectators here as well, so you might be able to hear them in a bit. That's going to be really, really exciting, I think. It's a really good environment. It's a good place to be in. So yeah, it's going to be really, really fun in terms of like how this plays out with a stadium, how this plays out, not a stadium, I say stadium, a room.
I call it almost a stadium, gaming sphere.
One sec, we're just getting this sorted now, so we should be able to get started very soon.
Bear with us.
I apologise for this. Yeah, it's been a bit of a sort of a rigmarole in terms of getting everything ready, but as can be expected. But you know what? We're doing a good job. We're going to put on a good show, so that's what matters. And I mean, I remember the one last year. I think it was during the pandemic, obviously, so it was all online, and I just remember being sat there. I can't remember if I was in Oxford or if I was at home, but I was in my room and I was just casting it. I was like, this is exciting, but like, imagine this where everyone's here in person, and that's what I like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, a good story actually is there's a few of us obviously come here for the varsity. We've travelled down and we're staying in London, right, where we're located. And a few of us went out for a drink yesterday afternoon. We basically went into this pub near where we're staying, right? There's this Airbnb, and we walk in, and you know, one of the lads is wearing their Oxford. I can't remember which one, but one of the Oxford players basically is wearing their jersey, ready. Which I think is a little bit interesting, but that's one for the chat to decide. And the bar was like, "What's this? You know, what do you mean esports?" And they're like, because he was like asking us what are these jerseys, and basically he summarised it, and I think this is a really good one. So take notes for this one, lads. The boat race, but for nerds.
I like that.
Yeah. I think that works.
Yeah, maybe that should have been the tagline. Boat race for nerds. I do like that.
It's good, isn't it? I mean,
when you tune in next year, The boat race has already happened.
Oh, no.
Cambridge won the women's, Oxford won the men's.
Decent. 1-1.
So this is the decider.
This is the decider. The Counter-Strike specifically, obviously, not the other stuff, just the Counter-Strike. Yeah. So we should be in soon. I think we are in the server. Brilliant. Right. We're coming, guys. Sorry. We are getting people coming into the server now, so we're getting ready. We're going to be cracking on soon enough, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, are you staying in London as well then? I mean,
yeah, I am staying. We're all staying overnight. Some of the Overwatch people will be in later, staying with them. But yeah, I think it's great that we can just be here all weekend, go out, have varsity dinner tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something I want to make clear to the videos now. We all apologise to the fans. You might be able to hear a little bit of background noise. I don't know if you can or not. I mean, I hope you can. But basically, there is an adjacent property here next to us in London that is rather conveniently having work done today. I have this really good video on my phone of someone drilling through the ceiling and dust falling through the ceiling. Not on us, because I mean that would be really funny. I don't want that to happen. That'd be quite embarrassing as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little bit interesting in terms of the old location. I've got to say.
So yeah, apologies for any.
Learn. If you hear a drill going in the background, it's not that intense of a game, you know. We're not.
Yeah, I mean, what will you be
getting that violent?
The AK-47.
Ah, but no, it's you know, it's fine. It adds a little bit of spice to the sound, little bit of edge to the old audio. Why not?
So, do you know the roles for? So you've said who the in-game leaders are, like Skeleton Man, and for Oxford, was it?
Well, the RGL, it's Matt. It might be
Matt. Okay.
I think he sometimes calls. The roles on Oxford are quite fluid. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Heath is sort of normally the entry fragger. So when they're taking a bit of map control or they're executing onto a bomb site to plant the bomb, he's going to be the first one in. You know, he's going to be the first one taking those first hits, clearing those first angles, yeah, he's the first one in. I mean, in terms of the AWP as well, that can be quite spread. I think Grog Dog Day is normally the AWP. So, but Matt sometimes takes it as well, because obviously it depends on spawns in terms of what angles you want to take. So those two can sort of float the AWP around. I've seen Fall on AWP before as well. He's good with the AWP. As I said, he's got those fast reactions and fast reflexes that are really important when you're using that weapon. So
Fall on versus Grog Dog. If that's
Fall
a duel,
Grog
down.
I mean, it depends on spawn, because as a CT on Dust 2, if you get a good spawn, you might post long, but you also might go mid. I mean, you're rarely going to walk on B unless you're sort of alone, and that might not happen. So I think we should be getting started very soon now. So
hearing noise
switching
from
over
both
to the action.
Yeah.
As I say, I believe the sort of knife has been already sort of allocated. So I think because this was Cambridge's pick, Oxford are going to take the T side. So they should be off and running now into this game. And here we go, the first kill by Haybridge, peeking out tunnels, gets a second and a third. What a start to the game.
Cambridge will be happy with that.
Very happy with that. They just didn't have that position checked. And it's really annoying because they've got 3 down. The bomb's still with the team, which is useful, but there's no sort of unity anymore. A 2v4 is so difficult.
Especially with blocks.
Exactly. I mean, Matt does have a PT50. That's one hit headshot. So that's going to be really, really useful. Ben's double Berettas. I love a Berettas. I don't know about you. A Berettas is going to be good fun. So that could be interesting. But looks like not much is going on. I'm not sure.
What's Oxford's plan here? Faking a rotate?
I think they're waiting. Yeah, I think Matt's gone off to try and get a pick, but it's failed.
They're together again. So
they've regrouped and they're just going to have to go onto the B-bomb site. There might be some dropped utility, for example, that might be really useful for them. But
it's only Haber down. It doesn't look like.
Yeah, he comes up first exec smoke from Grog, so they're going to be execing onto B side, which is definitely the better site to go for. A's so open with the long distance. I mean, look at the double breath. I'll fall on. 1 bullet. Easy kill onto Matt, and now Grog's got to go in all alone. 1v4, he's up against the Kosh. Takes hits, they know where he is. A matter of time at this point. Comes out for the peak, gets 1. Second comes out. Not enough bullets in the mag, and it's Cambridge taking the pistol round.
Pistol round's very important, of course.
Absolutely. I mean, especially for the CTs from an economic perspective, if you lose that pistol round, then you're risking the sort of getting broke really early and running out of money and stuff like that. And the economy is really important. But for Oxford now, they eco and they lose this eco now, save up some money for next round, but they're going to have enough money to buy next.
Yeah.
And depending on how many kills they get, they could end up with a better economy than the CT. So hoping throw some flashes long as Matt. Just looking to see what's going on mid.
Yeah, you don't expect Oxford to get any kills here, but it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, especially
if they rush all together. They don't know what they're doing. They're quite spread out right now.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to hope someone gets aggressive because they're still in like groups of 2, and hoping that if someone gets a little bit aggressive, then they're able to like switch and like
anyone in Cambridge particularly bloodthirsty, he might be lured out.
I mean, I don't know. Anyone with an MP9, if you buy an MP9 on an eco round, you want a few kills. So they might be fancying that. Bomb, however, is staying near around A. And Grog, there's only one man in long, which is interesting.
Yeah,
Oxford's playing it very passively.
Although we've got one watching all the way. It's 2 longs.
Oxford's moving towards middle now as Grog comes and joins. That's 3 now. They're abandoning A. Looks like they're going to try and get through mid into spawn maybe and try and just get a pick on the guy Ben here, but he should have he's seen one. He knows it's going to be a few. Look at all the damage he's getting off. I told you. MP. Oh, he's got the Julies as well.
Oh, and the crossfire into the other side.
Easy.
They get one kill.
They get one. But, I mean, Ben with 4.
Yeah.
Eco fragging for days. That's what you love to see.
Yeah, at one point.
I'm loving the psychology there. I don't know if you've heard that on the stream, but Cambridge are being quite vocal.
Yeah.
You've just won an eco round, lads. Yeah. Settle down. Settle down. It's an eco. Let's see what happens down a gun round. I mean, there's good utility on both sides. I mean, lots of kits, head armor.
Full AK from the team.
Yeah.
But
no money
Ben
for
holding on to the MP9.
I mean, there's no reason to buy when you've got that money being saved up. You've got to sort of build that up. T's looking for a bit of mid control, which is definitely the right thing to do. Early round mid control gives you so much. You can sort of go through into spawn like I tried to do last round. But you can also go up short, take A, go through tons, take B. It gives you a lot of options and it pushes the CTs back, and that's where they don't want to be. Taking some damage in mid. He's dinked up Aftermath as well.
Both Aftermath
both so low. I'm not sure how much info Aftermath got there, and whether he knows that there's 5. All 5 of them in mid. Skeleton lone on the A side. Yeah, the smoke gun. It's going to slow them down. We'll try and pick up a little bit of utility, which I like to see. There's 3 of them down in CT now. They think they're taking mid, but they also could be playing a retake. There's only 45 seconds there left in the round, so Oxford really needs to sort of get this hexagon, and now that info's going to prompt it. Cambridge are going to know what's happening. Haber's going to fill that smoke, trigger with the opening pick. But there's one of them, Aftermath is so low in his form. It's a low smoke. Matt needs to win his duel. He's lost out. Haber gets the first. And now Oxford really needs to get on this bomb site. They're running out of time and the rotates are coming in. Oh, Haber, what a spray!
Oh,
great kills.
Now.
And it's P90 in the bomb. Not enough time. No hope. Cambridge take the first gun round and it's 3-0.
Yeah, that's very big. How's the economy looking? I see an AWP down.
We see an AWP and it's Fall I'm taking it as well. I'm interested to see where he takes that.
Ben is, well, I guess saving from Oxford, so that MP9 is going to get max value.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to upgrade an MP9, especially when they've got pistols.
So,
getting deagles and head armor. I mean, because they've still got like 2,000 left, so they're going to have enough to buy each time. But having the sort of security of those pistols.
That's
it's a lovely little spray.
You wonder how
the awareness of these top Counter-Strike players is so good, isn't it? I mean, it is really impressive. Heath now trying to get a deagle pick. Aftermath hungry for more. He's getting lots of damage off. Oh, Ben's getting
something's going down. Down and short.
Yeah, short push it was. Trigger muffin with a kill.
Do win, but
he's got the deagle. 1v3. This would be monumental, but it's not going to happen. Aftermath's going to be there. Cambridge are getting up to a really strong start on +2, aren't they?
Yeah, this is not really how I thought. I was thinking overtime, but this is
it's early days yet, and I mean it's worth mentioning that in the 2 games because they played in Null, right? In both maps, Mirage and Vertigo, Oxford went 5-10 down, and then won like 16-11 on both maps. So it's really sort of Oxford can take time to get going sometimes. Oh, they're going to run through the molly, running like nuts, but it's done a lot. Yeah, they have taken a lot of damage. They get the opening pick, but they take some damage, and that's going to be really sort of a difficult one to.
Not a full rotate from Cambridge. They're keeping one on B.
Yeah.
So it is a 3v5 on A side right now.
Really are being careful about Laurie, aren't they?
Oh, and looks like they're rotating.
Yeah, back in Laurie. I mean, especially when there's so many people with damage, and when Fulham's got an AWP on A, you know you're just going to get picked off from distance. There's no real reason.
Yeah, makes sense. What are they going to do? Maybe conversations going on.
Yeah, the bomb's back in spawn. They're definitely trying to make Cambridge think that there's a few more drop down into pit than has. So Grog's just sort of going to lurk here. He needs to make sure that Forlom doesn't pick him off though. He can't get sloppy because Forlom's got this angle long. And Forlom takes it. I spoke it into existence there. That is really, really sloppy CS if I'm being honest. You know,
Forlom is very pleased with that.
I think he was. A bit vocal. But the exec's going to come out onto B. They've got two. Ben's light in. Look at all the damage though. This should just be lambs to the slaughter. Matt with number 1.
3v3 now.
3v3 now on the side. Ben smoked off, but he's going to get one through the smoke. That could be really crucial now. Matt's going to get the plant towards Tons, and he's going to play close on the boxes. And, he's predicted it, Forlom. It's a great angle, it's a great pick. And now P90's in another clutch situation. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to get done. He's playing deep inside. He's going to get overwhelmed. He's going to get number 1. Forlom's going to take it. 3k. Brilliant AWP playing from him. He's getting a defuse. And Cambridge, wow. This is a really comprehensive start from Cambridge. It's brilliant counter-strike from them.
Yeah, definitely. Very exciting round. Kept it right down the wire there. I really thought that Oxford could take B. I mean, they did take B, they planted, but they just lost too many along the way.
Yeah, and it's also the damage that they took as well. When they all went through those mollies in long, I said that come back to hurt them, and it has.
Yeah.
They needed a little bit more HP there for those duels, which is a shame. Aftermath with an AUG. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, it's a nice scope rifle.
I do like it, yeah.
It's a rogue pick. I didn't know that was in match at the moment, actually. But, anyway, obviously come back to some mid-control Grog, early flash. Prompting a bit of response from Dave. Depends how aggressive he gets. It's 1. Ooh. It's a good trade that they need to be trading better. And they're doing so now. Haber's got one though, so it's a 4v3. 4 longs inside. He needs some support. Oh, that's a great flip. What a shot. And the second from Forlom. And Aftermath finishes it off.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I said before the game, he's fast. Yeah. That was phenomenal. I mean, he's hiding behind the boxes there. You know, those rifles are going to be pushing you. You have to conserve your HP. You have to conserve position. The way he was so successfully able to just drop back, get back up, hit those fast shots, that takes skill.
Yeah, a real 6 down. It's not the end of the world, but they're buying digs again.
Yeah, the economy is a little bit struggling. Oh, Aftermath. It's an easy first pick. They're getting the digs, but they're not getting everything, you know?
Something's happening in tunnels. Wouldn't really call it a 1D.
No. They've managed to get Haber down. That's a useful trade. And Trigger Muffin's obviously got the M4 now. So that's going to be really useful. Forlom's trying to get some shots off through mid there. He's going to back away. That's smart. There's no reason. He's got 7.5k. He doesn't need to be aggressive with the economy that he's using. He can just as easily just conserve.
Now, Aftermath is low. I'm not sure where he is the one closest to the front line, so we might see him go down.
Bomb's chilling in tunnels at the moment, though, which I think is interesting.
No one there for that HE.
He's now with the Deagle. If he gets an opening pick on B, they're in a really good position because B is a really difficult site to retake in VCT. I know they've just retook B in the previous round.
With an AUG and AUG.
Yeah.
It's not the best with it.
It's not an easy hold. Again, it's got a good angle. Gets one. Tagged up. Doesn't even get any damage. He's only sustained on it. Really cautious of Tons. Gets one. Trigger Muffin gets another though. 2v3. Grog so low. Finished off. And it's just triggering a 1 versus 3. He's known to have some clutches in him before, so this would be something majestic.
Yeah, he's made
Oxford need it.
He's rotating round, so not going to get caught in that crossfire.
Exactly.
Skeleton Man.
That's a great angle. Skeleton Man with a really useful angle. 7-0. Cambridge monstrous on Dust 2. I mean, they put the work in now, right?
Yeah. What's the difference? Skill difference? Strategy difference?
I mean, it's hard to tell at the moment. You could arguably say it's a bit of both. Because, I mean, at a fundamental level, Cambridge are winning all the duels, right? They're getting those kills. And Oxford are training, but they're rarely getting first picks. If they do get a first pick, they're getting traded back. They need to be more comprehensive. They need to push on. And I think that's what Matt's using this timeout for now. Is they've called the timeout. They need to use this timeout well. They need to calm down. They need to play their counter-strike, play their game. And I say they need to get these players confident and get them winning their duels. Because otherwise, right now, this is an absolute stop.
You can hear the energy from the Cambridge side. I don't know if they're trying to psych out Oxford. Oxford's very quiet. They've got a coach.
Yeah.
They're talking things through. They've got to recollect. Well, Cambridge need to not get high on the energy.
Exactly.
Like, I've seen... they've been getting more aggressive.
They have.
They don't need to.
Exactly. I mean, it's all very well and good being aggressive and having your fun with it, but you don't want it to come back to bite. So it'd be really, really interesting to see how Oxford will sort of respond to that energy. That's a good nade from Forlom. That's such a good nade.
Oh. Oxford are basically playing with two.
Yeah, exactly.
That's even like, less now.
That's like, oh, trigger again. The tagging early round. Oxford have been so aggressive in the early round, and that's usually what makes them a good team. But Cambridge have clearly been doing their homework because this time, the early round util is so much more focused on getting damage off instead of blocking areas.
It's like Oxford don't have armor.
Yeah.
Even more damage going down with that molly.
Exactly. I mean, as you say, this is the amount of damage that they're sustaining right now is it's 2 or 3 less bullets per duel, which can absolutely kill them in these gunfights.
But Paris have AKs, only one shot moving.
Exactly. Oh, here they go. They're going to smoke the molly. Another smoke comes in. They come from. They need to get these kills. Oh, Pino into the yellow for looking, but in they come. Oh, he dies in the molly. Great molly to trigger in the end, but it's just he's now in a 1 versus 3, and that's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, that difficult to keep track of there. So many nades, team kill.
It was really difficult. They just the communication. I don't know what it was, but they just couldn't get all the way out. Could they? They sort of started to come out short. They didn't spread out properly. They didn't test all the angles. They're just there's something not clicking with their game at the moment, and it's really showing in their performance. And it's really showing in the scoreline, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it fear of like the damage? Like they're taking the damage, and now they're getting really nervous, like pushing through.
I'm unsure, to be honest. I mean, I've not really seen them play like this, to be honest, for a long time. It's something they need to be aware of themselves and fixing. Yeah, he's going to follow with the nades back up. Yeah, good work. Oxford needs to be more damage. Look, they've not had a single encounter yet, and the 2 of them are on half HP. And that's been happening most rounds. And it's just putting Oxford at an instant disadvantage every time. I think they need to be a bit more passive in the early rounds, or just a little bit smarter at least, so that they're not falling foul of Cambridge's utility. And that's not to take away credit from Cambridge, by the way, because their utility has been brilliant.
I know.
They've been smoking off great angles. The mollies have been really well timed. Good pick from Forlom again. He's been magnificent so far. But then the nades as well. The nades usage is brilliant.
Is that that's a lot of practice, right?
Oh yeah, it's routine. But it's also studying of Oxford. It's home. They've done their homework.
Do you reckon they've been watching back footage?
Absolutely, absolutely. They're both teams have been doing that because you have to, and they've been using that to learn where to throw nades and when, and how to coordinate nades. And so far, every single time there's been a gun round, Oxford are dying first and getting damaged first. And you just, as I say, you're putting yourself at a massive instant disadvantage if you do that. Aftermath is in that angle again. It's so good in pistol round, and it's so good again. Another opening pick for Cambridge. Oxford, it's just lazy peaks like that. They need to be aware of these angles. They need to be using utility to take positions. But at the moment, they're just walking in, like, ready to die. And it's not good. It's just not good Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Interesting note here. Everyone on Cambridge has a different rifle.
Great little spot, that. I like that. I love it when you get an AK on CT. Playing with an AK on CT is so fun. Having that one hit headshot is so. I mean, it can be really overpowered, to be honest. If you just get an AK, you've got to conserve it for as long as you can. There are a lot of people who believe in the school thought you'd rather have an AK on CT than at all, and I'll probably agree. It's in some maps definitely. Probably some of that scenario.
I was going to say
check the angle, but that's better. Forlom's there to trade. He's got to get the farm, and he does so. Throws a flash out towards Pity. He wants to take out Forlom, and then the mollies are going to flush him out. They need to get their guns out ready. They've got him. Aftermath down. But he's still in the car. The mollies haven't covered him. Look at the radar. He's still in that corner.
Oh, they don't know. They don't
know. There he is. That's one. And that's two while blinded. The mollies are not good enough. Haber's going to get two. Forlom's back in spawn. The cross is stopped. Matt's in a 1v3. There's no time. There's no hope. The flash is perfect.
So 10-0. From Haber.
Wow. I mean, dare I say it?
They just want to look at the kill feed, right? Or
they've clearly not seen the radar. I mean, they've used mollies to flush him out of lobby, right? And it's just not it's not worked. So they need to be better with the utility. Much better utility. And the point of that is that they when they're getting into these positions, there is no reason to be just sloppy mollies. There's just no point.
Sorry, slight technical
difficulties. But we are back. We're having a quick pause now, I think, so we should be back with you. And yeah, I mean, talk us through it. 10 rounds in. What do you think's going right for Cambridge, and what do you think's going wrong for Oxford?
I mean, it really is. All the duels are being won by Cambridge. Pretty much. I've seen 2 duels won by Oxford, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's got to be. It's a mixture of Oxford always half health in the nades, and even in the fair duels, especially Haber's getting away with some really sneaky stuff, and Fulham on the AWP is definitely doing things to Oxford.
I think as well, as I was talking about now, the utility and sort of the general sort of play of Oxford being quite sloppy. So yeah, it's not. We should be back with you now. It's a bit of a half fight. Oxford there. They know they need to get rounds, but it's a good molly from Ben. They're just going to rush B, and Ben gets both. Heath with the AK needs to get some kills. He gets one. He gets sustained so much damage. They need to get the bomb down. Forlom. Oh, it's a good shot again. The utility from Oxford's not hitting. They've smoked and blocking them again. The bomb has still not been planted. They needed to have that bomb down 10-15 seconds ago. And that's going to buy Cambridge some time to prepare, plan. Incoming flash. There's not going to be much down. They really need to play time here, Oxford. There's no hell. There's no hope. Holding the angle. It's one for Trigger Muffin. 2v3. And a second for Trigger Muffin. P90 tries this. This could be brilliant. Oxford get on the board. Wow. 2v4, 2v5 is that. Amazing. What a turnaround.
Yeah.
Wow. I said, you have to, on that B site, you have to find a good way to retake, and you can't. It's so difficult. Oxford needed that on the partial buy. Heath with some really important early kills. The bomb went down quite late. Cambridge too passive in the retake, and Oxford winning their duels. And the second they win their duels, they're on. And that's what they need to do.
You can hear not just, it was just Cambridge we were hearing, now we're hearing Oxford.
Yeah, Oxford.
They're lively now.
Exactly. They need to build that livelihood. Oh, Forlom. Opening again, an early damage. Oh, it's a return back to how it was already. Heath with the kill though. They're still up. They've got the B site. Forlom. It's 3. He's just dancing up and down the map. Kill after kill. Matt and Heath sustaining lots of damage. 4v2 retake. Will this time you think Cambridge should have it? Especially with the damage being sustained. Ben, where are you flanked? I don't know. Realise both are in sight. Haber with number 1 and number 2. Cambridge 11-1. It's going to be. Oh, he's going to die on the volley. Well, that's a little bit silly from Haber. By a little bit silly, I mean it's a complete waste of money.
Yeah.
And then again, I mean they're quite rich, but even so,
he's a rich man. He gets away with it.
It's 11-1.
Fulham not happy with. He's lost around.
Yeah.
He decided.
I don't really think that Cambridge were ever going to let lightning strikes twice, were they? In terms of that big 2v4 on B side.
Yeah, I mean B side. Oxford maybe identified the weakness.
Yeah, they wanted to do the same thing again. You respect that. I mean, the other 10 things hadn't worked, so you might as well try something different. And,
yeah.
Go with what's worked.
It makes sense. You think much harder to dominate on the AWP on B side, but
oh, Ben, straight into the smoke. Fall just getting up. He's absolutely not.
Oxford trying B again. Oh no, split this time.
Oh, Trigger, great pick onto A. It's Aftermath taken out.
Is this
There's no one out towards long either. It's just Haber in spawn. You're going to try and slow them down, but oh, it's a bit of damage, but not much on that nade. You need him more. Oxford going to get the bomb down.
They're still at a disadvantage to drop the bomb down.
Oh, what a snap! That's so quick. Jesus. It's good from Forlom coming into the short. Oh, he's gone through the smoke! Jesus Christ! Forlom single-handedly winning this retake. Trigger so low, and he's got him. Wow, that's 4. He's just taking the mickey at this point, isn't he?
Yeah.
So good with that ore.
Yeah.
So quick. I mean, the Oxford players are good, but they're just not quick enough to deal with him. What is that? He's on now 16-3. Ben 13.
Although Trigger Muffin also.
Trigger Muffin's having a great game. Like comparatively, 12-1 down on 14 kills. He's getting the kills, but his team needs to be winning those duels as well. You know, it's not just him.
Yeah. So how about 2.5?
Yeah, just these 2 well far. I think it's 3. No, they played 13, so around 14. So 12-1, Oxford calling another timeout. Or they need a 12-3. They need a 12-3, and I'm not sure they're going to get it if I'm being honest. Which isn't ideal.
You don't want to be 15-1 down going. Oh, sorry, 14-1 down going into the.
You really don't. I mean, by you really don't, I mean then you just sort of. It's a matter of time until you lose, isn't it? So
because they can just even if things fall apart, you just save.
Basic statistic, the law of averages is that on a 15 repetition, you're going to get 1 with a binary choice.
Yeah, I mean, you know, unless you absolutely fall apart mentally, and you wouldn't expect that from this game.
You wouldn't expect it from Cambridge, but I mean, I've seen it happen before. I've seen things happen like that in CS games before. So it'll be interesting to see sort of how that actually manages. Matt goes to smoke now. Oh, he's going flashing through the smoke. He's fully flashed himself. Caught out by Ben with his USP. I mean, that's poor.
That's not how you start.
I think Matt's trying to be the hero there, and it's really come back to fight. But he has opened up his team of space on D. You know, it's a good smoke on Aftermath. It's too late. Grok's already down. 3v4 this time. They need to get the bomb down, and they have. Nade's going to come to the site. Not going to cause any damage. Aftermath is waiting for his team to join him. It's an early molly. He's getting the reload off as Aftermath waits for his team to help. It's a difficult side to retake, and Oxford need this round. They really need to win this. If they lose this, it is not looking good. P90, here they come. First one out. First kill for P90. It's a good hold. They know where he is. They ask one. Hyper with the trade back. Oh, he's got a TK in the hole, but they've won it. He shot him through his teammate.
Oh, that's brilliant. He's got 2 heads lined up.
Yeah,
does it matter if some guy in between
He's killed him through his own teammate. Oh. I mean, that's one way to die. That's what it's called about dying for the cause, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. Cambridge collectivist there. Win at any cost.
This is an absolute stomp.
Now, Haber's a real veteran. I think he's been around for quite some time, so he knows everyone.
He knows the game. He knows, he knows the layout. He's been here before. He's a professional. First AWP on T side, by the way, in the last raid. Can you point that out?
Oh, yeah.
First time they've had the AWP, or half. Wrong's always just down to the damage. He went to pick long, hasn't had any luck. Matt's got some damage off the fall on. Needs to get behind the security of that smoke. Big flash comes out from Heath. Shaking a bit uncontrolled short. Ben smoked off. But you're going to get a nade off. That's good. Never mind. No, it's not.
No, it's there.
Caster's Curse coming in nice. Oh, Aftermath. He knows those angles and Trigger's going to take a death.
It's just coming down to Jules again.
Yeah, Grog's holding that mid angle. He needs to be aware of tunnels though. They need to get behind that smoke and get through to short. And here they're coming out for the A exec. 1 minute on the clock. Haber's up long and there's 2 in sight, 1 in spawn. So this is a really good position for Cambridge, especially with the damage taken from Oxford. But Matt's going to drop spawn, take out full up in mid. Really useful. Second from Matt. He's doing all the work. P90 trades him back as well. 3 versus 2 now in favour of Oxford. Oh, P90 with another crisp shot. Aftermath in the last round of the half.
Cambridge aren't used to being in this position.
No, they're not. It's the first time they've planted the bomb on A.
Yeah, the first time.
I think they're the first time they've had control of the A side for more than 5 seconds. You know? And he's going to come up from short. Grogdog should have this angle and should have this all covered. Oh, he's going to get. Oh, he's dinked. And that's 2 of them so low. He's in a really good position now. Oh, they're all so low. So much damage. They need to just stay alive and strengthen numbers. Aftermath takes the first. The other 2 are so low, but he's running out of time. He needs to go to the side quickly. Gets the second. P90 spraying and gets it.
Oh my. Oxford will take it. It was
so
close.
13-2 at the half.
Wow. Okay,
I mean, I don't want to get too excited because it's just one round, but that was
an exciting round.
That was the Phoenix out of the Ashes round. The way they were just rejected sort of the general way that the whole half's been going. They changed everything and they looked like they were going to take the A side. They looked like they were going to win the round the whole time. And that's the first time this game where I've ever looked around and gone, this is Oxford's round.
Yeah, and this is a chance for a reset.
And the thing is, as we've just seen on the first half, once you get a streak going on the team, oh, Chicken Muffin, great 2 kills, Skelet coming in again.
But they've got B site now, that's...
Oh, Grog. That's just so rude. Fall on. 1v4 clutch. Takes first and the second. Grog and P90 need to double up, and P90 takes it. No glory moment for Fall on. Oxford take the pistol. The noise is building now from the Oxford side. They stand up for it now.
Yeah, certainly it's not over yet.
No, not by any means.
Now Cambridge won't be unhappy with that. I don't think.
No.
Will they? No, I'm just used to not being.
I mean, they've got 3 kills, which isn't that bad on the one they've lost. This is that 2 of them already had armor. So that's really helpful for the financial point of view. Oh,
they're forcing.
Oh, they are.
They're confident, and I respect that.
I mean, it's 13-3, so you might as well.
Yeah, if you're Lil versus M4, they're at the disadvantage. I don't think it's armor.
MP on and a FAMA. So we go for. Oh, those M4's going to get some kills off P90. It's a great long hold from him with Grog. Trigger Muffin's even coming out to back him up. 4v2. This is some proper counter shot now from Oxford. Don't know what was going on their T side. But they've looked in the last few rounds. They've looked a lot better
on CT. I don't know if he's taking that energy from that final win, but getting another one, then going down. I mean, I can see Fall on like getting 2 or 3 of them.
Fall on now in a 1 versus 4. The dominoes definitely sort of would be beginning to fall if he won this. He comes up short now with the bomb. He needs to pick. He hasn't got much ammo left. Here we go. Trigger Muffin. Fall on. Takes a lot of damage and he's going to back away.
I don't know how much you're hearing from the team.
Yeah, I'm trying not to listen.
But
don't Fall on. Coming up. Takes the first bit of damage. Needs a bit of a reload. Matt. He knows where he is in short. Takes him out. 13-4. Oxford. 4 staying alive. They've been win the 4s and they should be nicely broke now.
Yeah, this is. You expect another one to fall to Oxford here, and 13-5. That's not nearly as bad as 12-1.
No, not by any stretch. It's still completely overwhelmingly the odds in favour of Cambridge, but as I said, once you get a streak going on CT side, a lot can be done. Oh, look at Grog. He wants the M4, but they're going to be going out towards mid-map. Damage in on Haber. Follows him up with a nade to back him off. And they're going to go up short to A. That could be really difficult because there's not loads of defension on site. Here they come. We're going to need to pick them off, but the end got coming in. Fall on with the PC-50. Oh, the bomb's been planted. Oh no, 5v4 Oxford. This is an awful situation. They've given up the A site for free, and the headshots can just come in now. They've got the upgrade pistols. This is a really bad situation. They need quick headshots. They're coming in now. 4v3. The players in short are doing well here. They need to play time. They've got kits though. 4v2 smokes on. Matt's going to hold short. It's another one. Oxford, they're going to get it.
If they find the bomb, yeah.
They've got on the bomb. 13-5. That's going to be enough time. Oh no, he's not got a kit.
Really good.
Wait, what?
They haven't.
He's not got it. He's missed it. Oh my god, there's not.
They were defusing. They couldn't find it in the smoke, or they.
What? They've not. Yeah, they've not found it, and then the guy who's defused it hasn't got a kit.
Oh.
So they've had to swap.
Wow, Oxford will be kicking themselves.
That is so sloppy.
Cambridge,
you've got to communicate. I mean, that's communication. You've got to communicate who's got a kit, who's going to look for the bomb. If you haven't got a kit, don't go for the bomb because you're not going to be helpful.
Yeah. Cool. Cambridge
Story of the game. Oxford not helping themselves by any stretch. That's really surprising. You don't see something as amateur as that.
Cambridge getting his first. Hasn't seen much of him, but that's a very nice kill. Yeah. Cambridge, I think, they're going to take the momentum here.
Yeah. 4v3 map, getting a good kill back on Haber, so that's going to be really useful. Bomb's going to go down on B though. We've already seen how difficult it is to take B, even on that first side. That's what the most success.
Yeah, especially with the numbers advantage.
Yeah.
The gun advantage.
Yeah.
And the positional advantage.
Forlong gone straight on back onto his AWP as well. Shows how much he rates himself and backs himself. Great kill wide from Skeleton Man.
Is that last?
That should be your last. Skeleton Man can't finish it. He managed 4 kills. That's how you lead by example.
Yeah.
15 forward. It's match point for Cambridge. They're about to
kill
be
the question mark
winning on
number
their
of enemies
quite comfortably.
Yeah. So
they're broke as well. This should be good like yellow.
This works by you need like an advantage of 2 points to win, and then
yeah. So if they win 11 rounds in a row, it will go to overtime. If they lose any of the next 11 rounds, it's over.
And then we're on to Mirage. So another tactical pause.
Another tactical pause, yeah. So this is really like interesting now, isn't it? Because timing out at 15. I don't know if that's just to say, look, it's going to be difficult. Let's just calm down, not get stressed, and just play like it's a scrim, or even just play like it's a hug.
You need to not let any negative energy carry over to the next game.
Exactly.
So taking that moment, I still worry that if you take the pause, you reset yourself.
Yeah.
You lose. You then it's hard to reset yet again for the next one. So I don't know if this is.
I think they're trying to say, look, this looks like it's about it. Let's just chill out and just try and get ready for what we're going to talk about soon. Because obviously Paddy G, their sort of coach, I know he's mainly here for like a psychological thing. We're talking about
mental coach.
They don't have, exactly. They don't have a proper. This isn't a tactical coach. He's just coming in to sort of support them. They knew the Cambridge guys were going to be quite rowdy, and he's just coming from a mental and psychological perspective to sort of cover that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think they need his input, basically, which is why they're trying to find out. Oh, that's really bad. The Eagles coming out now for Oxford, and they need to be lethal, basically. They need to be working. Oh, Heath with a good pick.
That's what they need.
For Oxford.
They can't get his gun, though. Not in that, not in that position.
P90 with another pick.
Looking good for Oxford. That gun they did pick up, that's Trigger him. He's the danger man from Oxford right now.
Yeah, and he's got the AK, exactly.
Yeah,
based on how he's been playing so far, he's the last person who wants to have the AK now.
Yeah, if you're Cambridge. First person if you're Oxford.
Oh, yeah. So, Cambridge now moving over towards that B side.
Danger man's on A, so it does make sense to go for maybe
Grog's got a good angle, but they need quicker rotates, especially if that guy mid dies, which he does. He's now in a world of trouble. 3 versus 3. B site is theirs. Skeleton Man, it's another one gone. This is only a matter of time. Trigger Muffin has to save the day, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to.
He did get Skeleton Man.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Out onto the bomb site they come. T's going to be getting to the bomb very shortly. And yeah, there's no time for Trigger Muffin, there's no kit, there's no hope. Cambridge University going to be winning the first map of this 3-map series. Trigger Muffin is out onto site. But that is going to be that 16-4. You can't get more comprehensive than that. Absolutely dominance on CT side. A sloppy start from Cambridge, Oxford on the T side, and now it is Cambridge with an absolute worldly start. I mean, I was saying before the map, they lost on it last year, they picked into it. They lost on it in nil, they picked into it. It shows so much confidence, and it's paid off.
Definitely, yeah. That decides Cambridge. I feel if they lose the first one, they lose the series.
Yeah.
Win the first one. I'm now definitely favourite to win the series.
Yes, they had to get a good start going. They had to sort of work well. They had to bounce back, Oxford did, and they didn't. And that is an issue for them. So, how poor, really.
Bear with us. We get ourselves into one.
Yeah, we should be getting into the next map of the series soon, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, from an Oxford perspective, I mean, what do you think went wrong?
Quite a few things, and that's what's going to make it hard to switch it around. But we saw those glimpses of hope.
Yeah,
we saw some really confident rounds.
We did.
And they were close, but they were good. They were well played, and I think they just need to capture that lightning in the bottle and use it at will.
We saw, as I said, we saw those rounds, we saw those chances, and we need to see if they're going to be able to turn it onto Mirage. We're going to quickly be cutting off to a transmission, and then we'll be back to show you Mirage very soon.
Yeah, stay with us. And see you
stay with us, and we'll see you in a second.
Welcome back, as we are about to head into Mirage. Oxford are 1 down. Cambridge took a pretty decisive victory on Dust 2.
It did. I mean, it was comprehensive. I think that's the word I kept using. It's the word I'd go back to again. The way that it was just dominant from round 1, wasn't it, really? I mean, there was a couple of rounds at the end of the first half where I thought, there's signs of the normal Oxford coming back. And then there was obviously the first round, which, I mean, it's a bit unlucky. It's a bit silly, but it happens. And that's when they obviously didn't defeat the bomb in the end. And that's when, I mean, after that, it was going to be just a couple of round conversions from Cambridge, wasn't it? But I mean, obviously that was Dust 2 was Cambridge's pick. They're now 1 up in the series. We're going to Mirage shortly, which is Oxford's pick.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is a map that Oxford were confident on. It's a map they're successful on. It's a map where Dust 2 is a little bit more random. I think Mirage is still quite open. So I think it's good to have that. We can get a good CT side going. It's a very entertaining map to watch. So yeah, I know that Cambridge are going to be starting on the CT side, which does give them an advantage, because obviously they're picked, so they can pick them well. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this map, to be honest, because Oxford really need to be sort of showing something different, and I think they can and they will. It depends. It sort of depends just how much have they used that break? How much have they sort of enhanced their mentality?
Yeah,
it's going to play a factor.
Hopefully, they've recaptured something. They've put it Dust 2 in the past. Dust 2 is kind of chaotic.
Yeah.
If you've just casually played Counter-Strike, chances are it's Dust 2 that you've played on.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's the beginner's map, isn't it? And that's not a demeaning thing, because it's still a special platform, right? It's got its virtues, it's got its qualities, but it is still something where, I mean, we saw the streak. Obviously, the streak was down to Oxford not playing well and Cambridge playing well, of course, but there is still the element that the nature of the map makes it so that you can be getting away with, those big streaks, and it's conducive.
And Mirage, that's more technical, would you say?
I think it is more technical. I still think Mirage isn't the most technical map out there. I think one of the more technical maps is, you're looking at obscure ones like Vertigo, but I think that Inferno is quite we're not seeing Inferno today, of course, but the importance of utility on Inferno makes it quite a technical map for me, even though it's still quite simple. Mirage is definitely a very simple map. You can still sort of use brute force, I think, on that map in a way that you can on Dust 2, and that's probably why it's an interesting overlap. And I wonder, a hypothetical point, a talking point I was thinking is, do you think that given how not similar, but sort of how you can play these maps sort of similarly just to Mirage, do you think that they would have still been the pick? You know, do you think that Ulster would have still picked into Mirage if they had the chance?
I
Or do you think they changed them up?
I reckon they thought they were going to do that too.
Right.
And they're like, we carry that momentum forward into Mirage.
Yeah.
But it's gone the opposite way.
Yeah.
Now Cambridge could put that momentum into Mirage because they are similar maps. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's the same creator or like similar. There's definitely some.
They're just built even similar maps. Like, they've been around for a long time, so everyone knows them inside out. If you play Counter-Strike, you know Mirage.
Yeah.
If you play Counter-Strike, you know Dusty. They're the first two maps that are played.
Definitely.
If you go into a matchmaking lobby and you're not on a very good rank, and you play Dusty or Mirage, you're going to be playing with some very how you say in a nice way, basic players, you know. But I think I think that Mirage is going to be a really interesting game because, as you say, they wanted the advantage going into it, right? You know, that whole reason Mirage is that you could bring that momentum, but I'm not sure whether that could backfire now. I'm not sure whether Cambridge. I mean, their confidence is going to be sky high. I don't know whether that's going to be an advantage or disadvantage.
Could be a disadvantage. Mirage, I could definitely see. I could see silliness in it.
You can see silliness all over them now.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, one thing that's really important on Mirage obviously is mid. It's the short connector and the underpass and the tunnels areas. I mean, there's just so much you can do on that. There's so many varieties of options in terms of taking mid control or taking mid A, mid B. It's really interesting. There's some good boosts, there's some good little wall bangs as well. So hopefully we get some, a bit of fancy flair Counter-Strike. I mean,
we've seen a bit from Havers gotten away with some interesting things. Not from Oxford yet, so hopefully we'll see something crazy from Oxford.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that's probably a confidence thing as well. I mean, one player whose confidence has got to be sky high at the moment. I mean, he's playing like a sky high. It's got to be Forlon. What?
Forlon? Yeah.
MVP of Dust 2 by a mile.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, Ben had a brilliant map as well.
Trigger
Muffin, Haber had good maps.
From Oxford, if you're talking about one person making a difference, everyone from Cambridge.
Yeah.
Oxford, Trigger Muffin.
Yeah, Trigger Muffin was the only one who really turned up.
But he really turned up.
He did.
Every kill for Oxford. It was over half, I think. True. So there is that. He needs to elevate them to his level before they drag him down.
And I think another issue in terms of that is that with Forlon, going from Dust to Mirage is also going to suit Forlon because if you think about the way that he was playing with the Orc, right, in that first map, he was running around freely, he's going to different places, he's getting picked, not holding consistent angles. And that's what was getting him his kills. If they win their duels against him, then they should be able to do that. But for want of a better phrase, he was taking the piss. Really, he was just running around, running havoc, and they just didn't have an answer. And they need to get that solved, basically, right? They need to be getting in a position where he's not going to be able to do that. They need to stifle him. That's Oxford's number one priority, I think, for the man. They have to stop Forlon. Mirage is going to suit him. Mirage is going to suit his Orb, and they need to make sure they don't let him just cause chaos in the same way that he was.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of Oxford, as you say, I think Trigger Muffin pulling more than his way, and I think his team needs to be matching that.
Yeah. Yeah, things are quiet right now. People still warming up, figuring things out.
Yeah.
We've got a spectator in.
We're gonna have an observer for this second map. That's really useful. Yeah, brilliant. That's all. We just got that confirmed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have an observer in on second map. So that should help. So I think we're just moving over to Mirage now, and the players will be joining very shortly. So we should be getting into the action sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting. I mean, predictions. I mean, do you realistically think there's a chance that they're going to turn it around, Oxford, or do you think this is going to be another Cambridge stomp?
So in the break, I didn't have a chance to speak to both sides. Cambridge have come, they're full of energy.
Yeah, they are.
But Oxford didn't seem that they're not like as lively, but they seem pretty relaxed.
Yeah,
I don't think that I don't think it's gone like. I think they will view this as a chance to reset. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel this is almost back to the clean slate.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that.
Probably.
I don't think that defeat has knocked Oxford in the way that some might think it has.
Yeah.
I've also had some conversations with the Oxford guys, and they're like, "This is fine."
Yeah.
Like, because you can't, I mean, going into it, based on the players on paper, Cambridge were the favourites.
Were they?
Yeah.
You
So Oxford haven't got. I wasn't sure about saying this on stream, but I have verified this. They haven't got the same squad that played last year. They've got a couple of different players. Cambridge have two, and let's say there's more even the sort of gap sort of widened a little bit.
It's the nature of varsity.
Exactly.
We go on, we graduate.
Exactly, and I'm not saying that in a way of not making excuses for Oxford. Absolutely not, because Cambridge were fantastic. Cambridge deserved to win. It wasn't just about individual players; it's about the team.
How old? Do you know how old versus young the two teams are?
Not many. I know a couple in the Oxford team. This is the last pass, including the IGR map. So it's going to be a very different Oxford team next year, particularly as well. So that's going to be really, really interesting. Yeah. So just
say hi to the random.
Just had some guests on stream. So yes.
Yeah. So
Valorant players.
Sneak peek.
It is indeed. But yeah. I don't know. It's a mental game. I think now.
I think it is mental.
Okay.
But maybe we're overplaying that. Then.
Yeah.
Maybe it's technicality. Maybe it's just going to come down to who's mouse, who's arm, who's feeling, who's quick,
who's winning the duel.
Because so far that's been Cambridge. Yeah. That could change it. We all have days where we can't get anything, and there are days where it seems like magic. You're drawn to their heads. So maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe Forlom's going to lose that element.
Exactly. And I think that would be an absolute game changer as well if Forlom was to sort of not play well as he did first match. I think another thing that Oxford need to do is once last game, they need to be getting on that Orc more. I know that wasn't helped by their economy, but they need to have the confidence to go and take on Forlom with the York. They need to be going and giving it to Matt, giving it to Grob, moving around the map. And the York is such a unique weapon. And I think that Cambridge made a lot better use of it. And I think setting that up, if they do so in this match. Barrage suits the York, does 2 suits the York, and then I don't think they can afford to make the same mistake twice.
Just work out a few final issues.
Yeah, should only be a few minutes now. I think players have started to join the server, which means you should be able to get going shortly. Which is exciting because I'm looking forward to this match.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I said this. Mirage is great.
Your favourite, isn't it?
Yeah. A-site. It's such a complex. Well, I think it's quite complex.
Okay.
I think it's quite fun. There are lots of hiding spots. We've seen Haver hiding in some weird spots already.
Really?
So
well in Dust 2.
Yeah, and Dust 2. So where's he gonna be? Is he an A-site player? Because if he is, where's he gonna be? I think that's always gonna be the question.
I just say I thought there's lots of little boxes on the side of supply because it's done too much. I think that's probably suits forward. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, something that it's a shame because I'm massive Overmaster.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's my favourite map. It always has been. I think it's the best map. I overpass it on. And it's a shame not seeing it because last pass was a really good game and I was winning in the end. And it used to be Cambridge's best map, but they banned it.
Cambridge banned it.
Cambridge banned it, yeah.
Oh,
so
that's interesting. And Vertigo, that's quite a niche pick, isn't it?
Yeah, it was going against Ancient and Vertigo, and then also chose to go to Vertigo instead of Ancient.
Okay, I guess that is both quite niche picks.
I mean, they did win on Vertigo in the not Varsity, but in the new game of the new game Garden. So
for context, Mule is the inter-university league that both Oxford and Cambridge have been participating in throughout the year. Do you know how the two teams respectively did?
I don't know how Cambridge did. I know Oxford got top 10 in the division, which is good. They've had a really good season. I remember casting some of their games, not least just gone, but the new went on beforehand, and they didn't get on very well, to be honest. But they played really well in this Norwich just now. So I wonder how they're going to get on next year. Norwich, but I mean, do you play Norwich?
You'll see. Yeah, well, we usually do quite well in Norwich, which is why I think on paper we are the favourites for Overwatch later tomorrow. Because we the thing is, Oxford have a star player, Rennie, who doesn't play the Newell, but does play the varsity. So that's the swing factor, and that's what caught us out last year.
Right.
So tomorrow, I think.
Do you feel better prepared?
Yeah, I mean, I feel better prepared than last year, definitely, but still, there's a big unknown. I think that will be one of the closest ones. This one on Overwatch tomorrow is the closest.
Yeah, I mean, do you know how sort of the chances are in terms of the Rocket League and the League of Legends as well?
So Rocket League, Cambridge are a very strong place. League of Legends, Oxford are strong favourites.
Nice.
Whereas Valorant wasn't a 4-point starter this year. It's its first year as a 4-point starter. So Valorant is very much an unknown. I mean, it's a brand new game, so
exactly.
Surprising.
So it's the first varsity that's been played.
Not the first varsity, the first one it's for points.
Okay.
So there's a casual Valorant last time. Oxford didn't really hit a team.
Proper competitive Valorant now. That's exciting, isn't it?
So it's the shooters, Overwatch, Counter-Strike, Valorant, which will. I mean, we can always see an upset. League of Legends, Rocket League. Maybe there's an upset tomorrow, but in theory, that's one going each way to Cambridge, and the other three.
It's exciting because I mean, having everything back in place. I mean, where's previous varsities actually didn't help?
So past 2 years was online.
Yeah.
And then it also before that it alternated between Oxford and Cambridge.
Oh, nice.
But nothing on this scale. Like, people would turn up with their laptops and you'd cobble together what computing equipment you might have. But here we're all
here
great PCs provided by Red Bull. So it should be completely fair. This is definitely the most competitive.
Oh, this is. I feel it's friendly, but I think when you're in person, the competitive aspect is kicked up. I mean, for those of you who were with us for the first match, I mean, you will have heard the speak of the mic, like the noise that Cambridge were making. And I mean, Oxford as well at times. Like, you can feel the real spirit of competition, the real sort of the both sides and both universities are really up for it. And I think you get that in person, whereas online it can just feel like any sort of online game. Whereas a special sort of varsity element is you can feel it like palpably when we're all here.
Especially so now all the Valorant or a lot of the Valorant players have arrived.
Yeah.
And that means we've got
it's a healthier crowd.
A healthier audience. So I think the energy is just going to go up and up. And especially if this map is close,
this map is close.
And I think it will be close. I think definitely if Oxford win the pistol, it's going to be
Oxford needs for me. They need to get off to the right start, or they need to get on well.
You know, if they lose the pistol round, it's fine. If they need to win one of the pistol rounds, that would be what I'd say. If without that, I didn't think they're going to.
Either way, they can't afford to go 5 or 6 now.
No, but rifle round should be like the third round. Is that?
What's that? Sorry,
the rifle round. Is that?
It should be third or fourth.
Third or fourth,
depending on how many people die along the way.
Yeah,
of course. I think we should be about to get ready to start soon. Everyone's in the server, so it's only a matter of time now until we get kicked off with the second map of the series.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I in terms of predictions, I'm unsure as to what's going to be. I generally think anything could. I think that based on how the first map went, it's gonna have one of two very strong effects. It's either going to be Cambridge are going to be up and they're going to be playing well, or Cambridge are going to be up and they're going to be too high on adrenaline. And Cambridge we were talking about like how calm Oxford are over there comparatively. I think it's a better mental play. It's quite weird to say. They've just lost 16-4, but I think they're in a better mental place than Cambridge.
I agree. I've seen, as a captain, I've tried to sort of rein my team in a bit when you get too worked up, because what happens is when you lose that, you lose the odd one.
Yeah.
But when you're so high up, just one loss is all it takes to bring you crashing down. Whereas if you're calm, you lose one, win one, it's much more stable. So
Yeah.
I think Cambridge do need to be careful not to overdo it.
I agree, and I hope that the skeleton man is sort of calming him down. He's got to be in his role as leader. He's got to be playing. He's got to be playing that role. Really, he's got to be leading by example of calm down, guys. Calm down.
Because he wasn't but he was one of the loudest voices.
Was he?
From
finding his voice, I like that.
Yeah, so if anything, he's the one bringing them up.
It's a very different style of leadership.
He's been a leader before. He's more reserved. He might be the one to bring them back to the level.
It's really interesting to see compare the different leadership styles. Because Matt is the calmest.
Yeah.
Matt is quiet. Matt is chill. Matt is. I'm ready to go. I just want to get in the server. I want to get playing.
Play some games.
But that's what Matt's at. Matt's ready. The whole team are ready for Oxford. I think 16-4 is not something that they're too concerned about in the slightest. 16-4 is something that happens, and after that, it's just a mental game. Sort of, where do you go next after this? And I think Oxford are in the right place. So, yeah, I think
the production is ready.
I think production's ready to go. The players should be ready to go hopefully soon. So hopefully there's not going to be too long of a wait there to get this started. We do apologise for the delay, of course. Do bear with us. We'll be getting started very shortly, I should think. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think. That's it. That's the beauty of competition, the beauty of sport. I find Counter-Strike so unpredictable, and I think that it's going to be difficult to predict, honestly.
And if Oxford do win this, then we're in for the long haul. Then it's the Vertigo.
We do love the third match.
Yeah, and then you're asking, like, who's going to tire out?
Yeah.
And I think it's Cambridge with their energy right now.
Exactly.
So if Oxford win this, I think that they'll have the momentum, and they'll have the mental and the momentum. So I think this is where Oxford do have a good chance to bring it around. They just need to overcome this first bit may be painful.
Yeah.
And if they can push through that pain barrier, get a few wins,
I agree.
upset the Cambridge team enough.
Yeah.
There's a good chance. Yeah.
So I think
and
that
we're started.
And we are getting started now. Pistol round. It's Oxford on T side, Cambridge on CT side. Here we go. Win chance. It's a little nook and cranny we've added to the stream. How exciting! But yeah, this is going to be interesting, right? We're saying Oxford need to have a good start. Oxford need to push through that pain barrier. Cambridge need to be doing what's been working so far and playing with confidence. But they can't let it go too far. Into we go to the pistol round. It's second map, Mirage. Cambridge with a 1-0 lead. If they get back into it, they're going to be... If they win this map, it's all over. Oxford need to turn up. And it's just straight into B. Owen round aggression. P90 coming through apartments. Pops down very swiftly. They've got control of the site already. He needs to win this duel with Skeleton Man. Takes the first. Skeleton Man does. He's still alive on the site. Taken down. Matt with another kill. 4v3. And the site is with Oxford Haber. Alive in short and causing problems. Too long to get the bomb down. Oh, Trigger Muffin with a great shot. 3v2, Fallon and Ben. We've seen Fallon be cooked so far this series. He's fast. He's taken a lot of damage there, though. And he can't find the head.
He's really feeling the numbers disadvantage.
Yeah, they are. Julie's got the one. And the second is Heath in a 1v2, but they're both so low.
Yeah.
One shot. He's on the... Does he know he's got a kit? Does he know he's got a kit? He needs to kill him now. Oh, they've got it in the last second. He didn't know he had a kit. Just half a second too late from Heath. The diffuse kit coming in clutch as Cambridge take the pistol round. Absolutely phenomenal.
Wow, that's one way to start off Mirage. And again, we're seeing Oxford messing up. I mean, this time stopping the diffuse, but the bomb has been a problem for Oxford.
Yeah, it has. And I think there's hesitancy. I know that Heath's trying to play time, but it's just unlucky that he's not with the kit then. Oh my word. MP9 against
happy about
Kevlar.
that.
He's on 4. He takes the ace.
5K,
First ace of the game. MP9 going for a 5 in the second round. Oxford money broke.
Yeah, this
should be a 3-0 lead now.
This is not what Oxford want. We're seeing it up there. Win chance.
Yeah, they need that first round after this. They are under the cosh. I mean, look at the percentage change.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how this is being calculated. Do you know?
This is automated within the game. I would say it's not very reliable because that's just not true. Like, that's just not true.
Yeah, no. We're talking that in.
There's no context taken into account with these kind of maths. Cambridge taking the first pick. Greg chilling in up to the Deagle. Number 1,
very
crisp headshot. Gun retrieved as well. And Ben holding on to A. What a round that was. Sat in that, you were talking in the pre-game about sitting in those cheeky little angles and how much how the nooks and crannies can sort of be to your advantage. And well, you were right.
Yeah, this time Ben pulling it off. It looks like Ben and Aftermath the A players.
Yeah.
Cambridge, they might be more flexible than that.
Flash is coming out. They're trying to persuade them and let Ben have a little bit of a peek for info. He's got a little bit of info, but I'm not sure how much is the 2 and 2 split right now for Oxford. He's picking angles as Grog, trying to take a little bit of control through underpass. And he takes some damage from CT.
It's a long-range kill for an MP.
It is, very much so. Grog comes out from mid. He hears ball, he knows it's there. Fires prematurely. He doesn't know that he's crossed over to the side as well. Back he goes. Haber gets the bomb. That should be round. No time, no bomb. Number disadvantage. It's about getting guns. Yeah. And they're not going to be able to do it. Grog.
I don't know if that was a mistake. Having
to donate himself. 3-0. Cambridge off to a monster start.
Now, this is not what Oxford wanted. This is... Remember we said this. They need to win the pistol. We need to win the fast rifle.
Yeah.
We've lost both. We haven't had a proper rifle round yet, I don't think.
This is it.
This is the rifle.
This is the first one.
This is their chance. This is Oxford's.
Oxford need. I think they need a good round, yeah. Because if they don't, or if they win one and then they lose, then they're in a bad position. So they need to They need to get some economy. They need to get a bomb plan. They need to win a couple of rounds in a row. Forlom
is down mid.
Flash is going to come out. Oh, what a shot! Takes out your Haber with a trade, but it's staying damage in the process.
Yeah, I think Oxford take the trade. Forlom is the danger man.
They're happy to take him down as well. It depends. I don't know whether Cambridge is going to try and reclaim the ult trigger. That's the aim. That's the duels that they've needed to be winning for so long.
Yeah, I think.
Matt still lurking in Palace. He's banging here while he gets the pick. Great aim. Oxford snapping into life this round.
Yeah, the Haber bit over.
Oh, Haber's killed him while blind. Matt taking that. He's on so low. He's going to be able to
plant for Oxford. Haber might
plant. Yeah, he's planting for connector. This is a very difficult retake. He's fully flashed. They know where he is. He's going to have to. He's thinking about the AK. You think? Yeah, Trigger muffin on the flank. He's got the info. He knows that they're both there. So they're going to have to push forward now. It's P90 with the first pick. Haber in an impossible 1v3. The flank's backed off. Smart counter strike that from Trigger Muffin. Looking for the head and gets it. Great spray control from Haber. Still there's no flank. He has got kit. He got smoke. But Grog's going to get the pick. And Oxford on the board. First gun round. This is where it's interesting because look at the money.
I know.
They can't afford
They lost so many there.
Yeah, they've lost 3.
And if they lose this, they don't get the losing.
Yeah, they don't get the losing money. So, yeah. They've got a 60% chance of winning this round. Oh, 52. It's a pretty even round because Cambridge have got a good vibe, but equally, if Cambridge lose this round, they've got no money either. So,
I mean,
Oxford winning this round, whoever wins this round is going to get another 2 or 3. Oh, look at the aggression from Matt!
So much faster. Haber was
up short. And now Skellett smoking on the B apartments. 5v4 man advantage for Oxford. This is what they've needed. He's got a good position here, Skellett, man. And he can hear them dropping. He knows what's happening. If they do know he's there, he's got Grog so damaged. Oh, he's taking out Matt and P90. Simultaneous kills. And Ben trying to advance up short. Taken out by him.
Winning all these duels.
Forlom in a 1v4. Impossible. Bomb is planted. He's well up against it now. This is absolutely phenomenal. Oxford have sparked themselves into life. And what's changed?
They're just winning the duels now. They weren't winning the duels. Now they're winning the duels. And I don't know if this is mental or the weird magic which is aiming and like
it's momentum.
Yeah.
It's momentum, it's the confidence, it's the aggression. They've shown it. The things that normally work for them. This is, as I say, just want to don't mean to repeat myself, but the confidence and the aggression and the being first and taking early map control. That's what this team do, and that's what they've always done. And the first map, Cambridge completely nullified it. But so far, while Cambridge is still in the lead, it's been very promising from Oxford. And now they're broke. Forlom successfully saved the M4, but I don't know how much he's going to get done with it. This is a chance for Oxford to tie it up. They can't afford to lose this round. This has been really sloppy.
Follow the leader with Forlom. I think that's what they're going to Forlom to try and get guns for his teammates. They're flashed into ramp.
Yeah. But look at the passiveness. This is good.
Yeah, they've completely.
If you run into traps on an anti-eco, just setting yourself up for failure, they're waiting, they're holding on because they know what's going to come. Our P90's got damage, but exactly now they're going to back away. They've got the control. They flashed him out. They're pushing them back. So good. And now they're going to push into A as well. The exec's ready. They've pushed them back onto site. They know they're going to be waiting, and they're setting up these duels with confidence. That's what they need.
I think we're really seeing the disparity between Cambridge and skill, and they have passion. Oxford, I think, they have that. They're calm.
Yeah.
That one they go from pushing Haber and killing him so lightning fast to draw them in and avoid the trap.
Yeah. The counter strike to them has been a lot smarter. They can't afford to lose one, and they have. They've got that first duel. Ben's in a big position. He's managed to get one, but he's going to reload. Losing one is okay in this situation. It's 2 men on the B side. A is there. It's 4v2.
One thing is
Forlom's going to save
saving again, so he might be able to buy an AWP.
Yeah, I mean he's probably going to drop the M4 and buy.
Yeah, drop an M4 for the team to buy AWP. So 3-3. Back to the beginning. Both teams will have full buys.
Yeah,
it's certainly I feel sort of levels things off. Oxford now. I think they have a confidence which we didn't have going into it.
Absolutely. The confidence is there. I think our predictions that this is going to be an even sort of an even setup this game. I think that's right. I think this is going to be an even game.
Yeah.
Because Cambridge haven't really had a chance these last few rounds, right? They've just been quite sort of routine. And now this is a chance for them to do something different with them. I don't think they can afford the AWP, so it's going to have to be 5-4.
Yeah, they just missed out.
Yeah.
Now Fulham would like that AWP, but I don't think he needs.
A really interesting thing as well is if Cambridge win this round, the financial power.
Yeah, Oxford's really strong. So I said level, it's not. Oxford has a lot in the bank.
Yeah. Early round, not much going on.
4 people in Paris. So Oxford are.
They're pushing out into A. They're losing their jewels.
Yeah. Oxford not doing well out of that. They tried something very funky,
really poor
in Palace.
They just tried to push out, and they tried to push past them with brute force, and it hasn't worked. But now they're still going to have enough money to sort of get that big buy. You know, they're going to get another buy-in.
It's strange. We saw from very intelligent Counter-Strike to more rudimentary. It seemed like almost that's what you think definitely.
Yeah.
So they're not. They are very much, and I doubt they're feeling desperate. They probably just wanted to try something.
One thing that I find interesting is that they're not the AWP instigators. They're losing the first.
Yeah, they're going fast.
Push is connected. It's a great trade from Matt. He needed that duel, and now Ben is getting flanked. 2v3, 1v2 now for Trigger Muffin. This man can clutch, but he's against Forlom and Skeleton Man, 2 people that you really do not want to be facing. He's got little utility. He's struggling. He needs to get a pick here. The bomb He's in connector, and they know it.
Yeah, he doesn't have bomb.
He needs to be aggressive though, because he needs to get to that bomb before they get too good of an angle on it.
So if he's he could probably take 1v1 and 1v1, they're not really set up for the crossfire yet.
No, I like how Forlom is sort of playing that angle of passiveness. He's holding the aggression. He's waiting for it. Both they're playing this really well, Cambridge. Trigger Muffin needs to do something. He's going to have to take a risk because the time is really running out for him. What's he going to do here? He's going to peek into the mid, gets the first, and he's got time. This is a game changer. Is he going to go to B or going to flat back to A? He's waiting. He's quite frightened, but Forlom's chilling in CT. He's going to have to go quickly if he goes to B.
Probably.
I'm not sure he's going to do it.
Trying to hear each other's footsteps.
Yeah, he's trying to psych him out.
Forlom is advancing.
Forlom's advanced onto the A, so he's seen him.
Or he doesn't have time to block,
but he doesn't have time. He needs to win the duel.
And
no, he's not going to do it. No, Forlom's going to get the
range, not against.
I think he was sort of trapped and connected there. He's still going to catch 22 to where do I go next? If you either get the bomb and you run to B, or you try and wait and try and psych him out, and he tried, but Forlom held firm, and that's the story of his game so far, right? How confident he's been and how decisive he's been in those big moments.
And that's the one thing, that's the MVP candidate versus MVP candidate. That's the duel.
Yeah.
Forlom was just in the better position. Better weapon for the range.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to peek at the on time, but you don't want on site. Aftermath of the opening, they're advancing up short.
Absolute chaos going down mid.
They're force bought, by the way. They had a force buy, which I think is an interesting decision. They've gone for the force. You're going to get, Trigger Muffin's going to get one. I don't know if they want to take the AWP out because the economy's quite weak. They're probably trying to stop Cambridge building too much money. They take 2 down, but no more than that.
No, it's kind of, a lot of chaos, but I guess in a force you expect chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of a lot of team damage. I don't know whether Oxford missed for a nade or just sprays getting in front of each other's sprays, but there's a lot of team damage went down.
Look at the ADR of Cambridge. It's just average damage per round. That's how much HP he's taking on average. He's killing, he's taking more than one person's life.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of damage off.
He's the sneaky one. Forlom's doing the flashy stuff. The pavements comes out of nowhere. It
does. Pistolico here from Oxford. They've got enough for a couple of pistols. They're trying to, again, stop the economy. Ben's taking quite an aggressive angle.
Yeah, Ben has been the most aggressive from King.
He's quite controlled in his aggression, which I like.
Yeah.
Aggression is brilliant. But I think that second round from Oxford where they lost that gun, remember they just forced onto A. Aggression's really good, but you have to be controlled with it. And that's the important part.
Yeah, and there's no need to take risks. You don't want to, you've got all the advantages as Cambridge. Let them come to you. Just a couple of shots from your rifle. All down. Or a headshot from an AWP. That will do it too.
He's had a few headshots from AWPs actually. He's very, very good with it. Taking a bit of damage to thumb out to B.
And it's
Trigger with a lovely shot. At least they get one as consolation.
Yeah, lovely. I mean, he'll take on B.
He's just moving.
He got that.
The crosshair was right because he was moving at the same time. Destroyed his accuracy. And it's a tactical timeout from Oxford. What would you be saying if you were Matt?
It's a tough position, right? And it really depends on your team. If they're tilting, you got to bring it round. There's no room for frustration and anger in a game like this because it will mess you big time. So acting as doctor, motivate them. Strategy-wise, I think Oxford go from like very intelligent, very flexible to doing one thing, sticking at it, doing one questionable thing, and they really stick at it. So it's night and day, and I don't understand sort of why that's happening. I don't know if that's an IGL thing or a lack of IGL thing.
Sure.
I can only guess, but there is some. It does feel strange to go from these great strategies to what's in quite chaos.
Their T side so far, and both must have been quite volatile. There's been some times where they do things on the T side, like, that's a great idea. But sometimes they just make those rash calls, and they do those not just on a team basis, but also on an individual basis. Some players will just do things that, like, why are you doing that? Like rushing through a smoke and rushing through a funny. Like, you don't need to try and cause the issue.
and that's common. I think when you're quite far down. I mean, I know it's not too bad, and bear in mind, I think Ramaj City played it, so 7-3 is not awful. This is not like Dust 2. But I think they're feeling it because they are down.
Yeah. Oh, Aftermath went aggressive down in the flash. Look at the aggression from Oxford. They need to get
now Cambridge,
they need kills, but they're not getting them. All they're taking is damage.
Firing range. Oh.
Into the
Not
mixer.
a single loss in Cambridge.
Again, talk about rash. They just rushed out. The thing is, the flashes were good. Some of the Cambridge players are flash, and they're backed away, and that's when you need to be pushing for Mercy to be aggressive.
Just too
need to take them. Cambridge exactly.
But then again, good from Cambridge.
Yeah.
You could. I know in that position, I would be very tempted to be like, "Oh, screw it, run and gun, like I'm flash." But no, they got out, even though they only had, like, it was very close. Very close.
Well, now he's damaged again, fall on up again. Same story for just 2 in these last couple of rounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Cambridge have fallen back into the rhythm.
yeah, they're getting going again now.
I think Haber's going to do something cheeky. Oh, he's very patient. Cambridge getting better at that. Alpha does go down to Nectar. He took a lot of damage, but now another firing range. I mean,
there we go. Fall on again with a brilliant round. He's really coming into his own now. 9 rounds. If I'm being honest, Oxford really won at least one more round. 11-4 is comebackable.
definitely
on the like 16-14, 16-13, 11-4, but 12-3 is difficult. So Oxford's still in a good position. This gun round would be really good for them. So we're interested to see what they get up to now. More than defense spread than anything too rash. Yeah, not much going on. Neither team really giving up too much util either.
They seem, yeah, they've definitely got a rhythm. Cambridge, they have places they all like to play. Very mid-focused, Cambridge. I know that's where some Oxford have been fainting, but they do like the mid a lot.
They do. It's a good spread from both teams, actually. It's interesting to see. I think underpass would be interesting. It was the camera on it. Coming out from underpass there could really unlock a lot of opportunities in there. But I think Oxford have really done that.
Slow.
They did it once, and they put the shot on the guy.
Yeah. Oxford are burning time now. 50 seconds, and they've done nothing. Cambridge are still spread out. It's not like they've been.
Cambridge are playing well. Because I think his time favours them.
Yeah.
They're happy to wait as long as they need to.
I think.
Whereas Oxford needs to sort of be forcing issues.
Like they're faking B, and they've got to rotate. They've rotate.
The fake B, but the alert has not managed a single kill. The exact moments. Great shot from Trigger Muffin on the entrance pad. They need to get the bomb down now. They're smoked off.
They've got.
Great utility. Oh, look at Aftermath. It's so impressive. 1 and 2. Brilliant. 3 versus 2 now.
I love the confidence to just
Jump
over.
through the smoke.
Yeah.
That's the aggression. That's the rash. That's the chaos. That's the. Oh, that's brilliant. 90. Oh, he's got it from behind. And it's Cambridge with a brilliant retake. And you have to say, Aftermath was the X factor there.
Yeah, and if you just saw 2 of them followed him, like a bit later, they also did that jump with triple something. But yeah, I like that. I love it. I mean, when I play Counter-Strike, I like to bring out the XM sometimes.
Yeah.
And really get in their face. Because I can't spray. But
unfortunately, there's no XMs in our. I mean, Overwatch, I have to spray Cold Beach. Should say. Point and click.
The point of second benches.
But yeah, also buying the round bonus. Fall on another early mid pick because of the aggression. I always heard him in com. So noisy. Tried to come in until too late.
And then
easy.
Haber loves that position.
Not winning their duels again.
Haber really. It's a great team. I think it's Aftermath and Haber and Fallen. The 3 of them just have mid lockdown. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Ben had a monstrous dusters. Ben had a monstrous dusters. Skeleton dusty, but especially this one, Haber and Aftermath have really been torched on the large, haven't they?
Yeah. Now, I want to see something different. B has been. I haven't seen a lot of B.
They've neglected
like, I know it's hard with rifles.
Yeah.
And they're doing it now, I think. Now they're forced. This is the last of the half.
The Forlons here, they're predicting the B. Look at the double apps. It's such a good set.
Yeah, they've just
read
read them
what's
like
coming.
a book.
Gonna peek out. See he. It's one. It's a trade. Forlon gonna fall back now because they know he's here. He needs a pick. He misses his shot. Look at the damage.
Oh,
and look at it.
Second shot.
Softened up again. They just keep taking too much damage. P90 with a good kill. And it's another one. 1v2 for Trigger Movement. He's only got the map. He needs to smoke off. And he needs to get that bomb. But he's back up in apps. He's not going to get it. It's 12-3. And Oxford now. They won those 3 rounds a little while ago. And you're thinking, this is the chance. But now they really, this is, yeah. It's been a stomp. It's been an absolute stomp.
I would be so surprised if Oxford take this back. I mean, I'd love to see it happen. I'd love to see it go the distance.
The thing is, it's CT sided, so you could see it, but it would take a lot.
We
could get like a 16-9 maybe, or a 16-10.
I could see, like, obviously pistol round is hugely difficult. Early game economy is very important. Like, if you can bait them to like winning the rifle round, and then winning.
It especially depends on the CT side, right? Like in terms of the economy. Look at the aggression and underpass. Without only
Oxford, I'm not.
Info there for Sugar is going to be useful for those people on. They can score something else now. He needs to get some shots.
It worked out.
That's 2 from fucking on the accuracy. Right angle on to connect he's got there. And another from Grog Dog. Pistol round should be coming in. It's another from Grog. And Aftermath now just on the side with the PTK.
Oxford will be very happy.
Oxford will be very happy.
And they needed this, obviously. Because
They did.
if you lose a pistol, you probably lose the next and the next. So that's.
It's harder on CT though. With the economy, they need.
Yeah.
It's really not easy in terms of the economy. It's very punishing, the economies on the CT side. It works differently. Out of ammo, flashed out. I don't know how he stayed alive. I don't know how he's got that. But that's going to be that.
The consolation prize. It's see some team damage, but Oxford waking up. Or maybe spectators. I'm not sure at this point.
Yeah, maybe a bit of both, to be honest.
Yeah.
Trigger muffin again.
They got the pistol round. They need to convert.
Yeah. They really need to win this econ. Again, it's very worth ecoming when it's 12-4 and you've got $2,000 in the bank. There's no reason. They've got so much time and space. Outside of apps they come. And 4v2 now for Cambridge. Oh, it's an absolute and utter burnout. Aftermath gets the bomb down. They've done well to get the bomb down there.
Yeah, that gets them some money. They'll be very happy. I don't know. Still might not be enough for any of them to get the AWP.
They're having fun with the defuse now. I like that. I like that confidence.
Yeah, Oxford's history with the bomb. We won't tell you who that is. You know, spoiler.
Yeah.
There is some excited people.
Yeah, I think they're having a bit of fun there at the end of the round. With the old, after what happened on Dust 2 with the bomb, which I rate.
Yeah, I think so.
Cambridge, OUES. A historic game. They play like 3 or 4 times a year easily. Like I said, it's been the most interesting series I've watched in a long time between them. So now this is the bye. This is the all on CE side. This is the full bye. Cambridge are broken here, or if they win one without a bomb plant and they're broken. Oxford are looking at a 12-8 and a 12-8.
12-8 really? Okay.
Yeah. So the next couple of rounds are really pivotal because if Cambridge win the next couple of rounds, it's 16-5.
Yeah.
London or 16-6. So I'm really interested to see what they do. Bit of mid-control again. The aggression from underpass. Oh, they needed a kill there, Skellis. The double up worked. 5v4 man advantage. Interesting info. They're going to go to A now. Haber progressing through Palace.
Cambridge don't seem very confident on the T side.
Oh, they needed that pick. He needs to win that duel. Greg with a good trade though.
Trade there.
Oh, well, it's a Matt with the nade.
Yeah.
About time they got some Tiddy Grog with a good kill. 4v1 Forlon.
And he's got the AWP.
Oh, when he wants to go. Oh, lovely crisp shot. Now he's going to soften him up. He's got 35 seconds. He has got the bomb. He's going to need to get a quick plan.
Save and just take the jolts out.
It's going to happen. He looks like he's saving, but he might be trying to get a quick one in CT. I'm not sure he's going to get it, but I don't know what he's doing. Oh, it's quick. Oh, and he's going to run through to B.
And he's
oh, this is so exciting.
Someone in apps.
Yeah, but he's so far behind. He's going to get enough time to plant the bomb. Guy needs to rush through market. He's going to get the kill. He gets the kill. 1v1. I don't think he knows where he is. He needs to speed. Oh, he's seen the jumpy. He got it. It's all about speed. He knows where he is. Repositions. And Trigger Muffin, he needs this clutch. Fall on. Damages him, pushes him back, wins the time. Oh, it's so good. He just keeps dancing around.
The edge of your seat stuff.
This is a phenomenal clutch in the. Oh, he's missed. He's win.
He's stuck it.
Pros don't fake. Pros don't fake. Pros don't fake. He sticks it.
Yeah, Oxford.
And Fulham. It was there for him, but Oxford win that really important round. It's so well played by Trigger Muffin. He stuck it. He stuck to his guns. He trusted his gut, and it's paid off.
Now it's interesting because they can both nearly fall by. On each side, there's one. Okay, Oxford.
The economic situation, because Oxford lost 4 and Cambridge got the bomb down, it's a lot more even than they'd like it to be. Yeah.
So we said that was a really impactful round, but actually,
Cambridge had a really good round, to be honest. 4 kills and a bomb plant will leave you in a good position on the T side, and a bad one on the C side. Matt early pick. That's what they've been needing. Oh, he's seen a shoulder.
Oxford have the intel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he saw this guy. Oh, we've seen him now.
Cambridge doesn't really have the util for that.
No, they don't. But they're just going to go. It's one smoke, but it's missed by quite a margin. I think Grog's expecting the smoke to hit. However, they know where he is. They know he's in the corner. He's out of ammo now. He's just throwing the nade in there. He doesn't get that much damage off. Bomb's still yet to advance into sight. That nade's working. Matt. They need to get some kills now. Both sides. Oh, look at Matt's aggression. He wants to get hopping, but he can't. They're marauding through the A site now. The boost. The heat's taken out. Matt drops down. The bomb's going to get planted. They're in good post-plant positions already as well. Great shot from Matt. And they know who's done the first one. He's fallen with a pick. Oh, Matt! What a flick! 2 versus 2 in the CT.
And Matt really is on fire here. I think they've got momentum.
They have the smoke as well for the bomb. I don't know if they're going to use it. Oh, they're going to drop the smoke in front.
Oh, I think
they're going to get on the defuse. Matt jumps onto the bomb. He's sticking it. Oh, he's taken out, and that should be it now. P90 with it all to do. Finds the first. Picks up the kit. Doesn't have time. He's running away. Oh, Cambridge is going to get the 13th round on the board. Wow. And he saves the AWP as well, P90.
Yeah, what's the economy's looking like? This is quite a strange situation, right?
I'll tell you what the economy's looking like. Bad for Oxford. Bad.
Yeah.
P90, no reason for P90 to buy. He can buy a bit, but they're forcing.
Half buy.
It's a big force. And obviously Cambridge.
You take the Galileo.
They're both going for it. Haber's going to peek Palace. He's going to spot CZ. Fall on with a pick, but it's a good trade from he. 4v4. This little duel in Palace is going to be really interesting. Oh, the damage, but not the kill from Haber.
Yeah, you don't want to lose this duel.
Chops the smoke. Oh, but he picks him off in the end. 4 versus 3 now. Fall on. Aggressive in B apps. I'm not sure he knows. No, he's flicked a pistol.
Timing.
He's going to back away, get to his AWP. Great flick.
He doesn't.
Does not at all, does he? Oh, and it's a second routine from this point. There's no reason for him to even get hyped because he does it every round at this point.
Yeah. Well, that ain't going to run for his money. Oh,
he wanted the knife.
That is.
I'm glad P90 punished him for that because I tell you what, I would not be happy if I'd been knifed like that.
No. It's not just a style. It's a lot of money for a knife.
Yeah. 6 HP, this would be something special.
But it's not impossible. You've got an AK. You can take the shots.
Bombs planted. Haber chilling
Why
here.
is it
He's
the
going to
left?
see P90.
Oh.
No, he wants
No,
to.
I don't
No,
like
no. There's no way. Yeah, that's what you get.
Cambridge are not
P90.
respecting
Just something in his
P90.
gut told him I'm checking behind. Ben's just going to play passive here. There's no reason for him to peek. P90 has a kit, has a flash. Is he going to tap? And he's going to get talked out.
I'm glad
in an absolutely phenomenal position now. Oxford, they're broke. Cambridge don't have loads of money, but have enough to be in a better position. 14-6.
I mean,
It's getting to last
they
chance.
could have had a lot more money.
Last
They weren't
chance
going
to
that night. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that Ben calmed it down.
And Haber was sat there with his knife. He didn't even have his gun out. Did you not see it?
Yeah, Haber, all on, it was doable. Haber was just being cheeky. I respect it, but yeah.
Oh, the Zeus. I love that.
But that's an Oxford player. So
I know. The Zeus getting to a lot of bonus kill money as well, I think. Here they come.
I thought it was.
Oh, and it's failed.
yeah, no, I don't. When you're winning, yeah, Oxford. I feel like you can
Pause. Another pause on match point.
really. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I
I
mean,
don't mind that.
yeah,
You're not rating it because
yeah,
you have
you gotta give it one last try.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe coach is telling off whoever it was that pulled out to see their feet.
Might get a bit of saving going, trying to pick one off if they can because the old Cambridge economy is looking in a very good position.
I bet it's gonna.
P90 with the Zeus. Go on, have him. He's had him. We'll have that. Good fun. Try and save the AK. Oh, he's spraying. Gets damaged. 15-6. Enough with the Zeus. And here we go now. It is match point. Cambridge on the verge of taking this series, on the verge of defeating Oxford at the Counter-Strike in this game. And here we go. Big buy needed. Quick pause now as Oxford try and... I mean, they're playing for 9 rounds, right? They're playing for overtime, yeah? They're playing... I mean, 15-6. We've seen Luminosity versus Liquid in the 2016 Columbus Major. I have to cite it. I mean, that's when you know I'm getting desperate.
No, I think everyone's calming down with Cambridge now. Yeah, so on pause. Is there magic? Is there magic?
It's more than just magic. It's more than just pulling the mirror up. It requires a miracle. I need to say. It's not a great buy. A lot of them haven't got head armor. I suppose it doesn't matter when it's AK, but even still.
Are they gonna
All aggressive up
going
here.
fast?
Knows there's one van with the utility. Takes the damage. Fall on. Finished off by P90. If that was sloppy, that didn't need to be that aggressive. Skeleton. So much damage already coming off for Oxford.
Yeah.
Over aggressive in con. That's won the trade. 3v2. And Ben's going to advance into A. Oh, it's a great shot from Ben.
Now it's even. It's so
2v2.
close.
But the bomb's been left in spawn.
Cambridge. Come on, don't let yourself down now.
This is a really interesting dynamic in CT because Ben's waiting for the aggression, but so is the Oxford player.
Who's going to crack first? Cambridge will. They're high on it.
Ben,
he knows he doesn't have the bomb.
They've got the bomb on
Oh,
it.
they do have the bomb.
On his side. There's no one coming from mid for Oxford.
So other way around now. Oxford
Yeah. And Ben's angle here, I'm not sure they're going to clear it. I'm not sure they're expecting him to be here. Bomb's going to get planted. They're going to hear it. P90 the first before. Flash comes out. Second, it's to try aftermath solo. Trigger muffin. 1 versus 1 now to keep the team alive. Changes out to the M4. Fully loaded up. We've got the molly and the smoke. He's retreated into the mid window. Has aftermath. He's had such a good map. Aftermath as well. And he could finish it off for his team here. The bomb isn't planted for him. The molly's going to come palace. The smoke's going to be dropped. And onto the kit. He goes, he doesn't have a kit. And that's it. Backs out. Cambridge win 16-6 after a 16-4 demolition on Just 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely and utterly dominant.
yeah, I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously the signs were there in those early rounds of Varsity.
Yeah. I mean, last year I thought that Cambridge were the overwhelming favourites, whereas Oxford won, and I think it's happened the way around this year, right? Yeah, so I don't know what to say. It's just so... I'm shocked by how easy it looked at times. And I think Oxford were a bit rash. I think they were playing more... I know they had a good mentality, but sometimes they're just trying to be the hero, trying too hard. And if they just stuck to their guns a bit more and trusted themselves a bit, then I think it could have gone very differently. But that's how the cookie crumbled, and they had a good game. Yeah. So it's good to see the two teams going over for a handshake there. It's sportsmanship, and that's what we like to see. Cambridge, again, it's 4-4 in the history of Varsity. 1 up now this year, off to a good start, and moving over to the Valorant scene as well. So that's going to be exciting. But I mean, if we've got anything to go by, I thought that was a thrilling series of games.
Yeah, I mean, even though
it
wasn't close, but it was still very exciting.
Very entertaining game. I think the Valorant team will be up for doing something a bit different, you know, in terms of what they can bring over. So we'll be interested to see whether we can cut to a transmission shortly. But if you think, yeah, Valorant should be interesting. CS was interesting. Yeah. So hopefully we should be with you shortly. We'll see you soon for Valorant. Thank you very much for joining us. See you soon.